Good morning, this is Dominic with TheBackVlog, with another coffee ASMR video. There's no distinction between these videos and the other ones, it's just that I find it more efficient to talk about a piece of media while I'm also making my coffee in the morning. So, yeah. This morning, even though it's way out of season, I'm doing Bones Coffee Jack-O-Lantern because I bought this around fall time, but I had a lot of other coffee to drink that was like open. I didn't want to open up another bag, even though I had bags to drink. So I finally have it now, and I'm going to be drinking it in the middle of April. She's running around like crazy, and recently, this was also like 2 weeks ago, kind of like how my Your Name video was. I'm severely behind on uploads. I finished the last film in Park Chan-wook's The Sympathy Vengeance trilogy. This one being Lady Vengeance. I gotta say, it is my least favorite of the three, but that's not by any means a bad thing. Like, it's not a bad movie. It's really good. Tonally speaking, it's really similar to like a Tarantino film where you have the just like the sarcasticness of the way that the story is told. It's told in a very pulpy manner, no pun intended. But yeah, like it also like has elements of comedy in it, which you know, it's a very heavy subject matter, the film and the entire trilogy as a whole. And the fact that there's like this like a certain like dark comedy lightheartedness to it is a little bit strange. It's not that it didn't work in its favor, it's just that it was kind of weird compared to the other two. But yeah, this one seems to delve mostly into the idea of like collective revenge and mob mentality. You know, a big thing with all of these films is that revenge is a fruitless endeavor. Because after a person who is seeking revenge is successful in taking it, they're not going to feel fulfilled afterwards, because the damage that was done to them has already been done. In this case, it's not just, you know, our protagonist taking revenge, and rightfully so, but it's so the premise is that like there's this guy, and he's basically like a serial killer who targets children, and this woman has been framed for the crime because he is threatening her daughter, which I believe is a product of sexual violence from him, perpetrated by him. So there's that whole aspect, but she eventually ropes in the victim's parents, who, you know, have been living with anger and sorrow for decades, or I guess a decade. But when they eventually all like get the opportunity to take their revenge, they're having this philosophical discussion as to whether or not it's even worth it to take revenge, and should we go through the legal means and the moral means. And they're arguing with each other about, like, not only does he deserve it, but like, would it be moral to go through the moral means, basically? And you know, once they eventually take their revenge, none of them feel good about it. And I think that's a really powerful message. I will say, in terms of the violence, from what I can remember, it's definitely also toned down from the other two. The other two were so visceral in their depictions of violence, like the stuff that you do not want to happen to you. But you know, in this, it's like, from what I can remember, it's like all off screen. And you know, contrary to like a Tarantino, like very stylistic style of violence, you know, it's just kind of implied that violence has occurred. The film also delves into themes of self-forgiveness, I believe, because you know, while I think her name is Gamja, but I don't remember. I think that's her name. It's been, like I said, like 2 weeks since I watched it. You know, while she is on her quest to get all these pieces necessary in order to fulfill her violent intent, her revengeous intent, she is kind of grappling with the idea that the child, the one that she ended up taking the blame for, doesn't forgive her despite her mission. And there's like, I don't know, it's really interesting, like, and I wish it kind of like delved into her psyche a little bit more. I guess maybe that's what I felt was missing, because she definitely like had her own internal struggle going on. But from what I remember, like, it's only expressed through a few lines of dialogue, maybe in 2 or 3 scenes. But, you know, she has this whole thing going on. Like, she feels guilty, and I guess maybe she's trying to absolve herself by taking revenge. But I don't know. I feel like there's something there to unpack upon future viewings of this film. This film I didn't own a copy of, but I borrowed it from a friend of mine. And let me tell you what, like, I had difficulty getting to watch the thing, because the version of the film that I borrowed was like this Chinese DVD. So I think it wasn't the USA region. I put it in the PS5 and it didn't read. So I had to watch it from an external disk drive that I got for my laptop, because I have the VLC media player, and that plays all regions with absolutely no problem at all. So I was able to watch it that way. But yeah, that's the other importance of physical media right there. If you know a person who has what you're looking for, you know, it's very easy to share, given you have a disk drive for your laptop and a VLC media player. You don't have to go through the illegal avenues of the P word, though I guess we're heading in that direction where that's not only viable, but ethical. That's my soapbox about physical media and my poor discussion about Lady Vengeance, directed by Park Chan-wook.